jumps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends, then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American, no money, no class, look at them.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, fourth-year quarterback Jamie Ayers take on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky. He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
If indeed the Chicago Bears were looking for a nice change-up to Jordan Howard at running back, they found it in Tariq Cohen. I'm telling you, this guy is shifty, quick. Even though he's small in stature, some people have called him the latest human joystick.
How about that? That'll be fun for Madden players. Just 5'6", but as you said, he can move. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Bears and Bucs, you might recall, met in Tampa week 2 of last year, which was actually the first game for the Buccaneers after Hurricane Irma washed out their opener with Miami. And it was the Bucs who beat Mike Glennon in that game 26-9. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. The gain of 19 and picking up the first. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This is Cohen on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Trubisky buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. JPP did it all those years with the Giants. New uniform, same result.
Yeah, he shows he's still getting a half sacks during his time with the Giants. A great acquisition for Tampa Bay.
The screen pass here to Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback. One and slow it down and stop it before they can get a first down.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those? Plays because they were successful in getting 3, or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, flat, 22.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Ready, flat, 22.
The first carry here for Jacquizz Rodgers. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, that's Rodgers, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On 1st and 10, Winston almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Winston now. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been
Still
a little
third down.
discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On first down, Trubisky. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now Trubisky to throw on second, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. It'll be first and goal when we come back. It's the Bears off to the early lead. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
He'll get it up the middle. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
That time a 6-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Ready? Move ready. Where's that?
Second down, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And they'll run it here. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a second down throw for Winston. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
From back at the 8 now after the false start, another try at first and goal. Jameis to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
Backed up in their own territory? Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eddie Goldman breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Ready, flat, 22.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Trubisky being chased out left. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Following the interception, Winston rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. We'll remind you once again, coming up at halftime, we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He's got stats and scores from around the NFL as we wrap up the first month of the season.
No longer is he a rookie, the coach, a true veteran now.
A crafty veteran. Evans has it left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are within a 2-point conversion of tying us up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Here's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jameis now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Evans. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Stay in there. Ready. Blue ready. Boys, head up. Boys, head up.
Winston now to throw on first down. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Ready. Blue ready. Boys, head up.
Winston in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Ready. Blue ready. Boys, head up.
On third down, Winston forced out to his left. He may try and run for, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And his kick is good.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, 3rd quarter. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Buying time to his left. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Off the toss, Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that time.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Nassib. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, that's Rodgers. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Throwing here, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Finding Gabriel, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
On 3rd down, Trubisky to the right side, complete to Miller. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A 1st down throw for Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Jameis again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Ready. Blue ready. Let's go.
Working out of the gun. Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to
Stopped him in his tracks. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They go with Howard again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
A give to Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now Cohen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
We're go.
He's back to throw. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So that drive in total 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. A field goal does him no good. They need a touchdown.
And right now, in his mind, in his memory bank, he's drawing on times that he's done this before. Not necessarily in the NFL. College, high school, pee-wee ball, wherever. Anything positive that he remembers about taking a team downfield with a chance to win, he's going to draw on that for this drive.
I'm sure that these guys live for these moments. Here we go. He hits Rodgers in the flat, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now whistles here before the snap. Look like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation. This is caught inside the 15. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One last shot now for Winston. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Bears, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6.